Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. The Honorable of my teacher, Sir Benny Wijaya, SPD MPD, and all of my beloved friends. Well, I am Muhammad Riccardo Nesta from the State Polytechnic of Sriwijaya, and I am from 3BA class of English department. So, in this opportunity, I'd like to deliver about the journal that I have found with the title Increasing Speaking Skill Through YouTube Video as English Learning Material During Online Learning in Pandemic COVID-19. It was created by Ahmad Nur Syafiq, Amalia Rahmawati, Anwari, and Tias Octaviana from Universitas Muhammadiyah Kudus, Indonesia. The volume number of this journal is 3 and number issue is 1. This journal was published on February 2021. All right. At the beginning of presentation, we are going to the next slide. Okay, wait. Okay, here we go. It's about introduction of this journal. So here there are 5 concerns about introduction of this journal. First, the spread out of coronavirus or COVID-19 affect to the educational system in our country, Indonesia. Well, because of that, our Ministry of Education and Cultural made a decision to use this change or online learning system as the alternative solution in pandemic situation. The situation can affect in learning progress, for instance, can be a problem to improve English skill of student exactly in speaking skill. So in this case, the government set this change or online learning system in order to solve the problem in this COVID-19 situation. Okay, next is students have problem communicating actively and spontaneously in English. Well, even though they have a lot of vocabulary to express their ideas and feelings, they still don't know how to say them. In addition, students and said speaking is more difficult than reading, writing, or listening for 2 reasons. First, speaking is valid in the real world. Usually, the person with whom we are chatting is waiting for us to chat at a time. Second, when we speak, we cannot edit and revise what we want to say as we can do in writing. And in general, there are some problem in teaching and learning process in the language class. Some students are afraid to make mistakes in front of their classmates. A number of students keep asking their friends about English vocabulary to make verses. Students face difficulties to express their opinion orally. Students need a long time to converse and recite a verse. And some students are not sure what they are talking about. Okay, next. YouTube can be used as a strategy in teaching speech. Well, here YouTube was chosen because this thing can contribute a lot of teaching and learning process. It can provide a lot of video content which can be used in learning in order to improve the skill of student in English. YouTube also is easy to access, view, and upload a video. We just need an internet, then we can access all of the videos that we need. And in this case, the video that related in speaking. After watching the videos based on YouTube, it's hoped that students can get ideas or something that they want to say. And also a student can get new vocabulary words and example of pronunciation which give them the opportunity to make improvements. Okay, next. The study proved that there was a positive effect in using online media on students' achievement. The result of this study were that some students felt motivated. Students said that activities using online tools were fun and enjoyable. But some students also felt difficult since online tools cannot provide enough examples for students to learn. And the last is use distance learning system also can give some advantages. Uh, okay, distance learning is learning without face-to-face. Distance learning can use application in the form of YouTube, Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, etc. There are so many advantages of distance learning, one of which is very convenient. Tests could be passed anytime and any place, and also it can help to improve the knowledge of English. Okay, so that's all about the introduction of this journal. Now we are going to the next slide. Sorry. Okay, literature review. Actually, there are four literature review here: speaking, assessing speaking, YouTube, and online learning. At first, we begin with speaking. Speaking is one of four language skill in which for many students learning to speak fluently in English is a priority. Assessing speaking. Turnbull 2005 claims that there are two main ways to assess speaking. There are holistic scoring and analytic scoring. Holistic scoring uses a single score as the basic of an overall impression, while analytic scoring uses a separate score for different aspects of the task. Next, YouTube. According to Kaboha and Elias 2018, YouTube is an internet medium that directly contributes to education in general. Furthermore, it offers instant access to teaching, culture-based videos, and language from around the world. Next, online learning. Online learning is a take Online learning is a teaching and learning process that utilizes an internet connection and learning platforms. To continue the learning process during this pandemic, in this case, there are many online platforms that can be used, such as Zoom, Google Classroom, Google Meet, etc. So that's all about the literature review. Now we are going to the next slide. It's about method, this methodology of this study. Okay, here there are 5 concerns. First, this study employed an action research. The use action research in this study was to see how YouTube video improves students' speaking skill during online learning in the pandemic COVID-19. And next, the population were first grades of a student of non-English program of Universitas Muhammadiyah Kadus in academic year of 2019 and 2020. The total samples were 85 students taken by purposive sampling because researchers had access to teach these samples. And to collect the data, the study used some instrument including observation, and it will provide total concern to research object of the sense, which aims to explain the situation in class activities, individual involvement in some activities, and the relation between situation, activity, and individual. And plus is after data were collected, they were later analyzed into qualitative and quantitative analysis to explain the result of the observation and test. Okay, now we are going to the result. So in the pretest, the average score of students speaking test was 58.8 from 85 students, while the maximum score was 68. Later on, the average of speaking in cycle 1 or post-test 1 was 67.5 from 85 students, while the maximum score is 72. The average score in cycle 2 or process 2 was 78.7, while the maximum score is 82, and the average score of speaking in the cycle 3 or post test 3 was 89.8, while the maximum score is 92. So it can be said that based on the result of the speaking test, there was an increasing of student speaking achievement. Okay, so it's all about the result of the study, and we are going to the next slide. Observation result. So here there are three of observation result. First is cycle 1. Cycle 1 went for the 3 meetings in the per assignment phase. Begin with a speech, check the student attendance list, and inform the learning objectives and assign the tasks. In the first stage, students must be prepared to watch YouTube videos and they are allowed to make notes. And second stage, students create a script text to have a conversation, and in the last stage, they have a conversation paired in front of the class. All students provide comment and suggestion on their first performance. After that, after student comments, it is the teacher's turn to provide feedback and comments. After the comment and suggestion given by student and teacher, it's time for teacher to make assessment of today's teaching and learning. Based on the result of the observation, most of the students observed the student carefully. It was found that an average 75% until 92% of students watch the videos at the first, second, and third meetings. These findings indicate that there is an increased terms of motivation and interest of students in this speaking class. Second, revision. Cycle 1 activity of the learning and teaching using YouTube-based videos is great. However, it is still found that the student speaking improvement was not significant. Therefore, there were still some points which need to be improved by teachers. First, the student in cycle 2 and 3 were set up in group 3 until 4. And second, the YouTube-based videos used by teacher itself. And third, cycle 2 and 3. The teaching method and cycle 2 and 3 are the same as in cycle 1. A significant difference in the cycle 2 previous one is the YouTube based on the video game model. Next, discussion. Here there are 3 concerns. First, YouTube as teaching material can improve student achievement and learning English, especially speaking. This is in line with study conducted by Mainumati et al. 2020, which state that YouTube is effective to teach speaking class during pandemic COVID-19. In this case, YouTube videos are a combination of visual content with spoken language and develop student ability to enjoy and understand English lesson, so the students are more happy and motivated to learn English. Then finally, it can improve student achievement in learning English. Second, by using YouTube videos, students are able to remember, listen, and make it easier for them to discuss topics that are studied about English material with their classmates and teachers actively. And also, YouTube can attract students to learning during pandemic situation. Students are more interested in learning when the situation and condition in the class is different than usual. Thus, it makes them enthusiastic and feel more easy. YouTube also was very effective because it allows students to speak with more confidence. So we are arrived in the last discussion. It's about conclusion. Well, it can be concluded the application of YouTube videos in teaching English really improves students' speaking skill and motivation during online learning in the pandemic COVID-19. It can be seen from the result of speaking test development in each cycle that we have discussed before. Moreover, the use of YouTube videos in learning speaking increases student learning motivation in speaking class in the way that YouTube videos provide image, and audio. Thus, it can help students practice pronunciation, enrich their vocabulary, and make it easier for them to find ideas in producing sentences or while speaking. In addition, watching videos also subconsciously helps students learn grammar automatically. Also, YouTube can be great material to teach speaking, and it helps the student to understand, to listen as well during online learning. So future study may constrain one of use of YouTube videos in teaching other English skills during online learning in the pandemic COVID-19. Okay, I think that's all. If you have any question, you can ask me in the LMS. And thank you for your nice attention. Uh, Telah selesai. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.